सो नमस्कार कोल्हापूरकर, कसं काय? सही है. Before starting, thanks for the introduction. I just wanted to ask you three questions. One is, have you ever been worked on WordPress, WooCommerce? Yeah, yeah. Have you ever been worked on Python? Yeah, okay. And if anyone don't work on Python and don't work on the WooCommerce, then I think some of you have attended automation session as well. So what exactly I'm going to present here, how we can automate the WooCommerce webhook using Python. So this is the context for my lecture. I think everyone know about what exactly is WooCommerce. So this is WooCommerce. WooCommerce is an open source software which help to build an e-commerce website on top of the WordPress. So what it's convert your WordPress site into the WooCommerce or e-commerce, we can say that, yeah. So before going ahead into the webhook, we need to understand the basic difference between what is webhook and what is REST API. Before starting any implementation into the webhook and into the Python, you have to, as an engineer, you have to understand the exact difference between what is in REST API and webhook. Lots of people get confused here. So what is REST API? REST API is a data into the database which we can query. We can only query that data. Suppose take there is a table, everyone is worked on table and SQL. So take there is a table, you query that particular table as a select star from employee. So what it will get? It will get all the employee details from the table. So this is what we can say as a REST API. So REST API is an on-time data demand to the server. So right now I am here, I want a data of employee, I can fire an REST API which go to the server and fetch the data and give it to you. This is REST API. How REST API is different from the webhook? So webhook is in system which is which triggers on the particular event. So let's take an example. If there is an e-commerce platform which you add the particular product into your cart, you just buy that particular product. So after you click buy, there is some internal integration that is done on server which call some which collect the data and call some URL. Which URL is your REST API URL. So what is webhook? Webhook is the particular thing which trigger on some actions. What actions? Actions are the actions. If you buy some product, then you will get an instant notification that you have buy this product and your delivery date is this. So how it works? It will trigger something internally, it will send data to some other server and it will execute that particular thing. So this is the basic difference between REST API and webhook. Anyone is confused here? I think pretty much, yeah, I'm clear, yeah. Then webhook types in WooCommerce. So WooCommerce provide a lot of webhook types: order creation, coupon creation, and all those stuff. I think each and every action that have done into the WooCommerce, they have an built-in WooCommerce webhook for it. So webhook is everywhere, and if there is no webhook for any actions, then you can create that as also into the PHP. So this is webhook types. You can create a webhook for order creation, updation, deletion, customer creation, customer updates, product inventory change, and all those stuff. You can configure the webhook as well. So catching webhook with Python server. Now here is a catch. Everyone is talking in WordPress community about the PHP. I think we can implement the whole WordPress into the Python in the another level. So you can take it WordPress or your server setup, WordPress server setup as a front end, and you can drive the whole WordPress through your Python through your Python code. So if you feel easy into the Python rather than the PHP, this will be a crazy thing for you. That means you can do anything with your WordPress site. So how we are going to handle this particular thing? So we are going to using Flask here. So Flask is in framework. So there is another glitch here. So there is a framework, there is in packages. So framework, what is framework? Is in thing which combines lots of package, lots of stuff into it, and it's a structured way to design a web application. So we have lots of web application API development frameworks in which there is one which is in Flask. There are lots of, like you can say, Fast API is one of the framework. Django is one of the framework. On top of the Django, they build a Django REST API, which is in framework, which helps to develop an API. So what we are going to do here, whenever someone click on the placed order, then that will create one webhook, and that webhook will call to the server which is built on the Python, and on top of that build on the Python, and Python is running on the Flask. So this is the whole structure that I am trying to explain you. So whenever anyone places order on your e-commerce website, then you can handle that particular order using Python and webhook. Then how you are going to set up the webhook. So in WooCommerce settings, you have to go advanced, and then there is a tab which we call webhook, and then create new one. So here we have a setting. So you can set it name as order completed, status and active, and topic. In this topic particular field, you will get lots of things, lots of actions. On that particular action, you have to trigger that particular webhook. That means in topic you can create a webhook for creating order. You can create a webhook for any new user come to your e-commerce site. You can create lot of actions, action-based webhook on this topic site. Then we have delivery URL. Now see here is a handler .publicmart.api orders. What is this? This is the Python code executing. This is the Python server which we have an URL. So whenever the order is completed, that means topic, whenever the order is created, then that will be hit to this particular URL, which is an API order handler.publicmart.in. So this is the structure. When order get completed, then this will be hit this particular delivery URL. Okay, and then this secret is created. So whenever your Python server get connected with the external application, then there should be some security. So anyone can hit that particular server. Agree? So whenever your WooCommerce webhook trigger to this particular URL, we can call API orders. So whenever it triggers that particular URL, it should have some key which unlocks the server, key and server. So whenever it sends that particular secret, then and then only server will get executed, or server code will get executed into it. So and this is the API version. WooCommerce have lots of API versions. Right now currently it's on version 3 integration. So this is how we can set up onto the UI of the WordPress of WooCommerce webhook. Now lots of what we can say, lots of hosting provider can provide a Python server as well, and I think everyone knows about how to install in WordPress. Thanks to the Bridges sir. Bridges sir develop an easiest way to develop an to launch a WordPress website. So this is to set up in Python. You will get this particular scene. So you will search on cPanel that Python, and then you will pop up with a Python server menu, and if you click on that particular server and create new application, you will get this particular screen. Now you can see here Python version, so you can select Python version 2.x up to 3.10. Then application root, actually instead of checking in 2.x version, I will prefer to 3.10 because it's in trending. all data science, ML and all those stuff which are currently trending in the market are working in Python 3.x version. So this is the latest and stable version of Python. So application root is in where you have to host that particular server. So my webhook get triggered and it calls some server, and that server where I am hosting that particular server. So I am hosting this particular server into handler.links in bio or any URL on your server. So you can create in one subdomain, and that subdomain will handle any webhook triggered by the WooCommerce website. Then application URL, application root is in root of this particular application URL. So application URL is your base directory subdomain, and in that particular domain you have to put your root there. And then we have an application entry point and startup file. Application entry point and startup file are automatically configured. Application entry point is whiskey.py, and application startup file is an application. So this is how we can create an application of the Python into our cPanel. Now after filling all those stuff, you have to keep these two things blank because it will be automatically created. Then this page will be pop up. So this is the deployed server of your of the Python. So you can see here everything is set, everything is as it is, but if you see last 2 points here, application startup file is passenger whiskey.py and application entry point is an application. These two things are important for us. Then passenger.whiskey is a whiskey server which handles by the Flask or any framework. So different frameworks handle different servers. So passenger.whiskey is something which help to trigger on Python applications. Then we have created whiskey file. Now you can see here. This is the sample. I think for everyone it is visible or not? Yeah. So here we imported Flask and Flask and all the libraries that we wanted here. So if you go here, here is an application entry point is an application, and that application we have defined into the passenger whiskey.py file. So what is passenger whiskey.py file? Passenger.whiskey.py file is an entry point first file that should server hit for executing the code. So this is the first file that server will hit. Now you can see in line number 11, application is equal to flask.name. So what it triggers? It triggers all the Flask internal server to keep it alive. So whenever the order place, it will hit this particular file which is continuously alive into the production. So this is the basic and major difference between REST API and your webhooks. Webhook, whenever the webhook hit any server is continuously on, server should be continuously on, and it will catch all the event performed by your website or your e-commerce platform. So here what we did, we just defined the application is equals to class.name underscore name is in it's in variable, it's in deep topic into the Python. So when it get executed and what the function of this is, it take a lot of time to understand. So this is now if you see this particular file, if you see this particular file passenger.whiskey and yeah, if you see delivery URL, okay, https handler.publicmart.in/api/order. So this URL, how would I handle into the Flask? So here we have handled this particular URL. So here is in host structure how we handle this thing. So whenever any order get placed into your e-commerce platform, it will execute this particular line of code. So what this line of code will do? This line of code will suppose I'm going to sell an Python course or any digital product. So what this code will do? This code will execute. Suppose I added the product into the cart, my course, and then I go check out and buy this product, then webhook will get triggered, and that webhook will call this particular piece of code. This piece of code get to know what is the user details, and that particular user will get all the files of my course content. So this is what I write over here into this piece of code. After this, after the placing the order, whatever the things I have to share, it will be get shared to the end user, which is sarvitkar, which is I am obviously sarvitkar 55@gmail.com. So how we created a webhook which trigger the Python server, which 4 to 10 lines of code, and it will share the particular file to the user. So if I am selling digital products, courses, data and all those stuff, then this will be useful for us. So whenever someone place order on your website, that person will get the data from our side. So this all stuff internally called all lots of API, Google Cloud Services, Google Drive Services, all those stuff. This is vast topic again. And here is a key takeaway. Key takeaways are simple. We can, I think as a community, what we can say, we should not see WordPress as an only single language which we can say front-end language or back-end language, PHP or JavaScript, HTML, CSS. We can enhance the whole WordPress into the another level using Python automation and all those stuff. And any questions do you have? Before going to the questions, if you want to discuss more about how we integrate other projects into the Python and WordPress, you can contact me over there. And if you really want to see exact integration of what we can see, exact integration, how it do, you can go wckpublicmart.in. That is in all resources I have mentioned are present there. You can go add cart and just buy that, but it's free actually, but it's a demo for you people to understand how Webhook works. So you can go there, wck.publicmart.in, just click buy on that particular product. You will get a link of that particular product via email. It will get shared by the Google Drive and clouds and all those stuff. So this is implemented project, wck.publicmart.in, and the resources, if you want, you can scan this particular QR code. Yeah, I think I'm done. Anyone have any questions? I think I'm little bit forward because I think yeah, I'm done. Anyone have any questions or any difficulty to understand? Yeah, I think no. Yeah, thank you.